15 weeks, Liverpool could become the most successful team ever in one season of English football. Good evening from Anfield, where tonight they play the first leg of the semi-final of the Milk Cup, one of 4 trophies Liverpool hope to win between now and May the 25th. No English club has won even 3 of the big 4 in a season, let alone the Grand Slam. But the Burnley supporters would remind us that their side, despite lying next to bottom in the second division, have already beaten 3 First Division teams in the Milk Cup, including Spurs 4-1 at White Hart Lane. Their side is unchanged from that quarter-final, with number 11 Kevin Young and number 8 Trevor Steven having passed fitness tests. And these younger players, together with 4 internationals in Willie Donachie, Martin Dobson, Brian Flynn and Billy Hamilton, will be hoping at best to repeat the draw that Burnley forced here in the League Cup in 1975, at worst to restrict Liverpool's lead before the second leg at Turf Moor next Tuesday. But if an unchanged Liverpool team need any reassurance, they have gone 62 cup matches unbeaten at Anfield since Middlesbrough won here in 1974. And if they win this competition for the 3rd year running, that in itself will be a unique achievement. Referee Ray Lewis of Surrey gets the match underway. Liverpool, heavily practiced in 2-leg games in Europe as well as in this competition, will be looking for a healthy lead from this first match at Anfield. Here's Young for Burnley. Liverpool attacking the Kop end in the first half. They've scored 87 goals in all competitions this season. And here's Hodgson. And Burnley know there's an awful lot of defending to do tonight as Liverpool force the first corner. Hodgson came for a flick, it came off Johnston, and every Burnley player was back. And that may be the pattern as Liverpool launch the first onslaught of the night. Billy Hamilton defending there, number 9. It's Souness for Liverpool. Burnley will hope that Hamilton and Taylor can break away if they do manage to get the ball out of their own half. Certainly the Burnley fans making plenty of noise. But the ball runs loose again, and a chance there, and driven by the man who can't go wrong, Ian Rush. 26 goals this season. That includes one in the Charity Shield, by the way. He scores in all competitions, but not then. It wasn't very far away from Stevenson's goal. Johnston. Dalglish. Look at Flynn there, sticking close to him. Souness. Oh, not the best of touches from Rush. Scott. And now Steven. Now Liverpool are square. A question of whether Burnley can penetrate that back line. There goes Billy Hamilton and Phil Neal, the covering player. And then it was Hansen. Those defenders have got an awful lot of work to get through, and look at Flynn there following Dalglish. That's obviously part of the Burnley plan, and the header was by Dobson. Throw being left for Craig Johnston, who takes a breather. Aiming at Hodgson. Gets it down all right. Half away by Phelan. There he is again. And Kennedy for Liverpool. But Burnley fans shouting for handball. And it was Lawrenson who wasn't certain, but the understanding between Lawrenson and Hansen building up so well now. Lawrenson again. Oh, in the way was Scott. And Hansen beats Hamilton. But Burnley contesting every ball so urgently. Lee now for Liverpool, and Dalglish. Well, Brian Flynn just lost him for a moment, and that was enough. Sammy Lee, so good at knowing exactly when Dalglish is going to make his run, and he made it there with number 6's marker Flynn coming across too late to prevent the shot, which went wide. Kennedy, and Hodgson, the player, chasing, he's right through. David Hodgson, and he's missed it. And Liverpool have missed 2 in 30 seconds, but the second was the easier chance, because Burnley there were nowhere at all. Defence was undermanned, there was no offside flag, and as Kennedy drove the ball forward, Hodgson was all by himself. Got it down all right, Stevenson came out well, but that wasn't very good finishing. Johnston. Martin Dobson. "20 minutes gone in this first leg. Liverpool 0, Burnley 0. And if Burnley feel the omens are with them, you can't blame them after the way Liverpool failed to take 2 very good openings. There's Dobson's header. And Hansen. Dalglish again, Flynn up his back. Kennedy. Dalglish starts a run through the inside left position. Dobson the defender now. Hodgson with the flick, Rush with the header. Oh, Lee back in, Rush couldn't make it, Hodgson couldn't make it. Won back by Dalglish, and Burnley aren't quite sure how they survived, but they did. And I think the goalkeeper might feel he was a bit lucky. That long throw by Craig Johnston initially caused the problem. Watch for Rush here, he gets the important header. It drops a little bit against the bar, and then there's a tremendous scramble. And Flynn. Sammy Lee across to challenge him. Stephen again, forward, beautifully for Scott. And Lawrenson having to be quick, and it's Scott right through here. And Grobbelaar makes a brilliant save. And Taylor wonders whether Scott should have squared it, but you can't let him having a shot. He was right through. It was a fine ball played from the middle of the field by Trevor Stephen. Mark Lawrenson was the defender who got caught by Derek Scott. Now look where Taylor was. He wanted the ball played square, but Scott went for the shot, and Grobbelaar saved. Also caught a boot, I think, in the head. Well, he's running it in the midfield for Burnley, is Stephen. Here's Young. Flynn to Donachie. Flynn. And Stephen again. Now Young. Hamilton and Taylor waiting in the penalty area. They're knocking the ball about with great assurance at times, Burnley. Especially Stephen, number 8. No wonder the First Division scouts have been raving about him. Well, with 10 minutes left in the first half and no score, Burnley well pleased. Lee. And Lee again, Dalglish. Rushes in the centre. Craig Johnston coming in far side. The header was by Laws. Kennedy's coming up in support for Liverpool. Driven across to Rush and set up for Souness. And back again to Rush. And he makes a hash of the finish. Well, Liverpool, by their standards, have missed 3 golden opportunities. Dalglish first, Hodgson second, and now Rush. The ball was planted where he wanted it by Souness, but he seemed to completely slice the shot. And there goes Scott, he's right through for his second chance. Can he do it this time? He's missed it! Could you believe that? Derek Scott will wish a hole would open up on the Anfield pitch, because he was clean through and that was a better chance than the first one. He even got past Grobbelaar and then side netting. If ever there was such a thing as an open goal in the truest sense of the word, it faced Derek Scott then. And what a chance to put Liverpool behind. But a further indication there's been a soft centre tonight in the Liverpool defence. Hodgson. Johnston wouldn't run for him, and can Souness crack one? Oh, I think it's a deflection, possibly off Flynn, but Souness has opened the scoring for Liverpool. The man who got the winner in the last round against West Ham. Brian Flynn, I think, got a deflection there. That was my first impression. The ball was played back by David Hodgson to Johnston. Souness cracks it, and Flynn, I think, deflected that past Stevenson. But Souness will claim the goal, surely. And Liverpool, after a first half full of frustration from their point of view, are suddenly in the lead. 4 minutes left in the first half when the goal came. Unlucky for the goalkeeper there to have Flynn right in front of him. Has Burnley's good fortune run out? Dalglish quickly with the free kick, too quickly, in the way Phelan. And Dalglish almost got it back. Flynn. Not the first half you might have expected, even if the score suggests it was. This lad here, Derek Scott, what a way to celebrate your birthday. He shakes his head, he's 25 today, and he had 2 golden chances, especially the second one, when he even beat the goalkeeper and missed. But back came Liverpool and took the lead with a Souness shot deflected by Flynn. Season 60-61 and again in 1969. Billy Hamilton. Indeed, in both their previous semi-finals, Burnley drew over the 2 legs and a third match had to be played. First against Aston Villa, then Swindon in those previous 2 encounters, because away goals don't apply in the semi-finals of the Milk Cup. Played initially by Dobson, but Souness will be aware of how much space Burnley found at times in the first half in front of the Liverpool back 4. Donachie. Hodgson. Nice turn by him. Rush couldn't find Dalglish. That's another superbly driven ball, and Grobbelaar came to meet it. But I must say, the way Stephen and Young have driven the ball from the middle of the field, Young there just looked up for Hamilton. Delivered it beautifully. Flynn. Scott. And Hamilton is in there. What a superb ball that was by Kevin Young from the left-hand side for Burnley. Hodgson. Dalglish off the head of Flynn for Donachie. Hansen. And it was Billy Hamilton who's not afraid to put his head in where it hurts, and on that occasion it hurt Hansen. Kennedy. Four in the centre here for Liverpool, and support from Johnston. Hamilton has to defend. Laws. And Scott again forward. Made so many good runs, but here's Phil Neal making one. And Dalglish is through. Well, I've never seen Liverpool miss so many clear-cut chances. Not this season, anyway. And by the impeccable standards of Kenny Dalglish, he has now scored two, and this was the better one. He was through in a central position and put it wide. Dalglish from the header by Souness. Now Johnston. Rush. Souness. Kennedy. That's useful. And Stephen it was that turned it behind from Alan Kennedy's cross. Hodgson near post. This is Kennedy. Souness got support square from Neal. Hansen is the last man, but he comes through all the same and gives it away. And there are two up for Burnley. It could be dangerous. Scott from Donachie's pass. Taylor in the middle and marked. And Scott's through again. And this time he was so close. And that was probably the best of the three efforts he's had. But what a tribute to the way Burnley have planned their tactics. They've got a midfield player into a clear-cut scoring position 3 times. The same man each time, number 7, Derek Scott. On that occasion, the shot just going away from the far post. He's having some night in one sense or another. Kennedy. Oh, that's a fine ball. But again, Burnley shutting down the space. Souness. Lee's making a run across, and the run of the ball there favoured Burnley at first, but not when Souness got it. And Dalglish, it wanted an extra touch on to Hodgson, and 4 Liverpool players are out of the game here. This is Young. This is Stephen. Donachie has gone down the left wing to help. Young. Flynn. Taylor on this side, not well marked. And Taylor finds Stephen, whose shot's a good one and turned over athletically by Grobbelaar. Trevor Stephen rising to the occasion, and Grobbelaar rising to his shot. And I don't think Liverpool, despite the respect they were always going to pay Burnley, quite expected Grobbelaar to be worked so hard. Although it's Burnley's first corner, it's by no means their first shot. Dobson is forward, Phelan is forward. And Dobson got a touch on it, which Grobbelaar frankly didn't. Taylor. And Lawrenson concedes another one. Phelan's come to the near post. Dobson is further over. To be taken by Young this time. And this time, Grobbelaar is more decisive. Now, Hodgson making the run in the inside right position, but he's offside. Liverpool have started to warm up Ronnie Whelan. It's the Burnley fans who are doing the singing. It's coming from the Anfield Road end. But it's Dalglish for Liverpool. Hodgson. And Dalglish. And Laws away. Well, those who've come from Burnley, and after all, it's not a long journey, are making this quite a cut-tie in the stands as well as on the pitch. Corner to Liverpool then, played back for Phil Neal. Dalglish, Lee. Neal again, Souness making a threatening run. Dalglish, Souness, Dalglish. Johnston just behind him to crack one. Flag was up for offside against one of the other Liverpool players. I would think Hodgson nearer to us if you watch this again, because when the ball is worked back by Souness and Dalglish to Johnston, watch the Liverpool number 10 on the left of the picture, he's offside. And that was Craig Johnston's last contribution. He's coming off and he's being replaced by Ronnie Whelan. Donachie's cross, Ronnie Whelan's header out, Dalglish couldn't collect, and Burnley press. Laws. Good running by Laws, and the header by Young. Just come at him rather too forcefully. "20 minutes to go. Liverpool 1, Burnley 0. Keenly contested first leg. Big compliment to Burnley, but here's Whelan for Liverpool. Good ball, Dalglish. And Flynn was behind him, and Dalglish was stopped by the goalkeeper, who then gallered from Rush. But was Dalglish fouled by Flynn? Did he knock him off balance? Well, I don't think he's going to get a penalty there. In fact, I know he's not, because he didn't actually knock him down. Dalglish went on. Very interesting that, because Flynn's been nagging at Dalglish all night, and I thought just for a split second Dalglish might have gone down. And if he had, well, you just wonder. Stevenson, the goalkeeper, did well. Hansen. Lee. And Hodgson's away, and so is Rush here, number 9. And was he brought down? Penalty. Just a moment or two after Liverpool thought they got a penalty, they've got one now, and the offender was Laws. Watch number 2, Brian Laws on Ian Rush. He just took his legs, and Phil Neal will come forward to try to give Liverpool the 2-goal advantage, which from this first leg they ideally wanted as a minimum. 2-0, and the scorer, number 2, Phil Neal. A beautifully taken penalty, but when you've taken them in the European Cup final, the Milk Cup semi-final, well, just another match. Sent the goalkeeper the wrong way, and has Burnley's resistance and spirit finally been broken here? And at last, we hear from the cop. And it's taken a long time. Flynn. Stephen. Laws in support. Hansen read that, and Liverpool could have an extra man here if they play it right. Dalglish on the ball, and through the middle, unmarked, Hodgson. Can he make it 3? David Hodgson, yes. And that may well be the goal that seals Liverpool's place in the final of the Milk Cup. Hodgson, whose finishing was off-key in the first half, makes up for it now, but Kenny Dalglish plays a quite marvellous through ball. Burnley's ranks are split, he's onside, he sees Stevenson coming, he goes wide of him, and he surely puts this semi-final beyond the reach of gallant Burnley. Ten minutes to go, and Liverpool now have the sort of lead they were looking for from this first leg. 3-0. And Burnley have lost concentration, rushes through. To his right is Hodgson. Can he get another one here? No. Phil Thompson down there on the bench. Only a spectator for the moment as he fights back to fitness through the reserves, but he thought Liverpool had made it 4 there. And so I think at first did Dalglish and Rush, who set this up for David Hodgson over on the right. The angle wasn't brilliant. He just scored a moment earlier. So let's give the goalkeeper a bit of credit. Souness looks left and finds Kennedy. Whelan. Burnley just would be wiped out completely if they went back 4 down. As it is, I'm afraid 3 against Liverpool looks a hopeless position in which to start the second leg. Well, the throw-in can't be taken there. Alan Hansen, victim of the new interpretation of law there. He took it a long way further back, and it's a foul throw in that instance, and Burnley are awarded that instead. Time now added on for stoppages. Whelan. Rush. Good control. Souness sees Dalglish over to the right, but the first leg of this Milk Cup semi-final ends with the sort of score most of the football world was expecting. But there was a lot behind that. Liverpool missed chances early on. Burnley will look back on one that Scott missed, particularly in the first half. But in the end, Souness after 41 minutes, Neil with a penalty after 73 minutes, and David Hodgson 9 minutes from the end gave Liverpool what, after the first leg, must be seen as a conclusive lead. They have 1 foot in the final already, but they go now to Turf Moor, Burnley next Tuesday, where an expected crowd of 25,000 will see the second division side attempt the impossible and try to come back from 3 goals down. As it is tonight, they did themselves proud for long periods, but in the end, Liverpool, as always, just wore them down. So, with a final score of Liverpool 3, Burnley 0, from Anfield, it's a very good night.
That football could come out on top. Our commentator at Anfield is Barry Davies.